Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to. That's not me, is it? I'm supposed to say some racist swear word to start every episode. Today, word of the day. And it's really fucking windy outside. Let me try and close my window over a bit more to hide the noise. Today's word of the day is mulatto, because I have discovered that delicious brown turns my small willy into the big willy. That's just the curse of being a white supremacist, really, isn't it? Anyway, I've been watching a lot of Berserk. Kenpu Denki Berserk, that is, from 1997. The original Berserk series, the actually good one. I haven't read any of the manga, haven't watched any of the bad, more recent Berserk series. But, you know, I just finished episode 16 this morning, and I'm planning on finishing the rest of the show after I've recorded today, and it's really good, and it's really making me want to play Dark Souls. And I haven't played Dark Souls in a solid 3 years, I'm going to say, minimum. But it's still installed on my Xbox, because there would be no reason for me to delete it. So when I'm done with Berserk, I might make myself a new Dark Souls and start playing that. I don't know if I'll record it. I probably won't. Although if I was going to record playing Dark Souls, I'd get Shamey into a Discord call, and we could do it together as friends, you know? That might be nice, considering we haven't played Persona in 3 months, and he's only just gotten around to uploading all the episodes we recorded then, even though we only played the game for about an hour. And, you know, barely finished the introductory tutorial phase. Right now I'm heading out to get a new engine, like I said I was going to do at the end of last week's episode. I don't actually know if I'm going to be able to afford it, but it's just something I feel like ought to be done while I've got it at the front of my brain hole. Otherwise I'll forget, and then, you know, a little bit further down the line I'm going to lose a race and be very upset. So, you know, the sooner the better when it comes to this stuff. Some other stuff I've been watching recently, aside from Berserk. Last night I managed to log into an old YouTube account of mine, which I haven't logged into for probably since I last played Dark Souls. I'm going to guess at about 3 years. The videos I uploaded on there that I wanted to watch were from way back in 2015, and it was a channel that unfortunately got discovered by some people I knew in real life, so I didn't nuke it, but I did put everything on private, so I actually had to log in to go back to watch the videos that I wanted to watch, and it was some stuff I recorded way back in 2015 of me learning how to ride and motorbike on the little 110cc pit bike that I had as the first thing I ever rode around on, and that brought back some good memories. It also made me realize how much I've improved at riding bikes since 2015, because back in those videos I hardly touched the clutch, except to, you know, get it moving and change gear. So, you know, going around slow corners was more than a little janky, and I was hardly ever on the throttle, which, looking back at it, really pisses me off that I, you know, ever thought I could get anywhere on a bike by, you know, barely moving on it. Oh, fucking hell, I'm not about to do a drag race. Fuck that. Even if it is a sponsored one that will give me loads of money. Not interested. I'm gonna go down here and do a circuit race instead. And then if I win it first try, then I'll go back and do his drag race. But that's only if. Yeah, it made me think that I haven't ridden a bike off-road since then. Apart from when I'm, you know, trotting about on my bike in the countryside and try taking a lane that I haven't taken before, and it ends up turning into a dirt track, which ends up turning out to be some cunt's driveway. So I just end up, you know, outside a great big countryside house, feeling like a right twat, trying to, you know, do a 180-degree turn to escape out of there. So I want to... It'd be nice to get another pit bike, take it down the country park again, you know, trot about in sort of the back area where no one except the most devoted dog walkers go. You know, just to enjoy riding a bike off-road, which is, you know, really my thing. I happen to know of several public footpaths out in the countryside nearby where I live that I could get to in no time at all. The problem is that riding motorbikes on public footpaths is, as the saying goes, against the law. If that taxi could get out of the fucking way. Just as I got in the lead, the fucking crash that the leader had collects me, and some other cunt gets in the lead. So I've got to catch up with him now. So anyway, it might not be wise to take me everyday bike out and about, riding around on you know, the footpaths where you go for a recreational walk, especially while it's got a great big number plate on the back for easy identification, if I happened to even have someone see me. You know, not necessarily get caught, just have someone see me. And you know, I'm pretty paranoid about this stuff. I don't want to lose my bike, and I'm still on a learner license, so I don't want to lose that, because then it will be really difficult to get another one, and it will make my insurance even more expensive than it already is. So if I was going to go exploring off-road, I'd have to go for, you know, a little motocross bike would be nice. Maybe not go back to a pit bike. I'm about the same size as I was. Well, no, I'm bigger than I was when I was 14. In early 2015, learning to ride on my pit bike. I'm now mostly taller, to be honest. I haven't really grown out that much. I'm a really skinny guy, and I eat sweets all day and sit in my chair playing video games. And I just can't put on weight. And I don't know what that's about. But that's my complaint for the day. Yeah, I'd have to look at getting a cheapo, preferably running, full-size motocross bike, probably a 125, or you know, something small like that, because the small stuff is usually the cheaper stuff. I'd have to get a job to do this. I want to get a proper road bike first, a Kawasaki ER5, you know, something I can actually get around on properly on. And then after that, getting a job, you know, just get a nice little fun bike for some for being an irresponsible cunt just on the side. That'd be fun, I think, you know. And taking it off and out around the footpaths, the walking sort of zones, because you never see anyone around them. Even so, I'm still going to be paranoid and worry about what could happen if I did get caught. So, you know, I won't be doing it for a while. But you know, maybe. Maybe. Shit. Too early. I thought I could scrape along the side of the people carrier there to get in between the Corsa and whoever else is about. But just turned out that I couldn't. I've got to get out of this guy's slipstream. Fuck's sake, I was going to win that time. All I had to do was get out of his slipstream and I'd have had it. This drag race has interrupted whatever thought I was having, but I fucking hate drag racing, so that's to be expected. No, I've over-revved every single time. There's no way I'm going to catch up. Perfect launch doesn't help you when you can press the button and there's a delay between you pressing the button and the game registering that you've pressed the button. I'm pressing the X button while the needle is blue. I'm not blue, green, sorry. I want everyone to realise that. And it just ain't working out the way I want it to. Right, this is the time. Slingshot past him like this. And then, as long as I avoid hitting anything down this way, I've got the win in the bag. There we go, perfect. First try, get me. I was talking about something. I was talking about quote-unquote green laning on a cheapo motocross bike. That might be fun. Difficult getting it there though, if it's on knobbly tyres with no number plates. I have to take quite a few roads to get where I'm thinking of going. Or to get back to that park where I learned to ride, I definitely have to put it in a car. Because it's fucking miles away by now. New window tints unlocked. Nah, not really interested at the minute. I'm kind of looking for a third event to do, but all I can see nearby on the radar is more drag racing, which I'm so fundamentally uninterested in doing. Ain't even funny. So, might as well end this episode here. I think I've talked about just about everything I wanted to talk about. Oh no, wait, no I haven't. Firefox. I want to talk about the, oh, it's Street X, not Drift. Alright, I can do this. I wanted to talk about, watching videos. Because, itchy nose. Doesn't that mean someone's talking about you? Or is that if you sneeze? I can't remember. There's some, you know, wives' tale about it. Whatever. That kind of shit ain't really my bag. Yeah, Firefox, right? So, over the last 2-3 days, I've really noticed something about YouTube. And that's that videos really skip. They're really choppy. You know what I mean? And this is all videos, you know. 720p, 60 frames per second is the highest I really try to play. Because I don't know why, but for some reason I can't watch 1080p 60 videos. Maybe my no, it can't be that my fucking monitor ain't good enough, because you know I can play Xbox One on it just fine. So I wouldn't know why I can't watch 1080p 60 frame videos without the screen. The sound is fine, it's just that the video freezes and you know it plays like a slideshow essentially. But recently even standard, 30 frames per second video has been choppy as cunt. And I know it ain't my computer. I've got a pretty weak graphics card. I ain't gonna lie, my graphics card ain't the best, but I've got like 16 gig of RAM, wired Ethernet internet connection, was actually good, download upload speed. So I know that it's not a problem on my end, is what I mean. But yeah, just any HD YouTube video on Firefox has played really fucking choppy. And I don't know how this guy's just disappeared into the lead, but it's given me a bit more time to talk about what I'm talking about. I haven't tried it with Chrome. I haven't tried watching YouTube videos on Chrome, but I've tried watching YouTube videos on other sites, using other video hosting sites, and they don't have the same problem at all. It's just YouTube. And the most basic bit of advice I could find online is just right click on the video to opt out of HTML5 testing or whatever, but those are posts from 2016, and right clicking on a YouTube video doesn't give you that option anymore. Then there's all kinds of shit that I just didn't feel like messing with, so I don't know why it is. And I mean, I can prove that it's not my computer, because I can watch the raw files for these videos in a media player, or any media player, just on my computer, and they play fine. Actually, the raw files of these play in 60 frames per second. YouTube cuts out, I've noticed, they cut it down to 30. Even I don't know why that is. It's just because I've got a standard Elgato. They want to con me out of being able to export 60 frames per second files, which is fine with me, because they would take longer to sort out, and I wouldn't be able to watch them properly on my computer anyway, as we've just discussed. But it also makes them loads more pixelated. I guess it just wants to, because the Xbox records in 520p, so I guess YouTube decides they'd rather make it 480, and they drop the amount of pixels, and it doesn't look as good on YouTube. But I guess that's to save space on their servers. They're not a peer-to-peer platform, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's a funny old business, trying to watch me YouTube videos and just having them be all choppy and shit, and really I can't think of anything to do about it. And I want to keep using Firefox, because I decided I like Firefox, because I'm the kind of guy that has 50 odd tabs open, and I like being able to scroll through them at the top of the screen to pick out what one I want to go on at will, rather than with Google Chrome, where if you have too many tabs open, you have to start closing tabs to get the tabs further along to actually appear to be able to access them. There's probably some command to get around that stuff, but I don't know. I just like Firefox because it's just there from the start. I don't have to learn anything funny to deal with it that I just forget. So next week, I don't know, I might head up into the mountain again to get some of the racing up there done. I've got to buy some of the new window tint that they said they had for sale, and I don't know, I guess I'll talk to Shamey about playing some Dark Souls, most likely on Vidly. We'd have to figure out the frame rate issues though. If you've seen any of the Persona 3 videos, for whatever reason, his capture of them was like even far choppier than YouTube trying to display on Firefox. So, that's that. See you next week. While I, faff about I can't process these videos anymore because I can't get Windows. I can't get Movie Maker on Windows 10. They don't do it, and I can't be bothered to look for another thingy-mabob video editor. So I just kind of upload the raw video file straight from the Elgato to YouTube.